Does the Bible hint at supporting witchcraft? The question of whether the Bible supports witchcraft is one that's been debated back and forth, especially in circles that enjoy delving into the more arcane aspects of religious texts. Let's break this down a bit and consider the historical context and specifics. First off, the Bible explicitly condemns witchcraft in several passages. The most directly stated is in Exodus 22:18, "Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live." This, along with other passages in both the Old and New Testaments, clearly indicates a stance against witchcraft. For instance, Deuteronomy 18:10, 12 labels anyone who practices divination, sorcery, or witchcraft as detestable to the Lord. In the New Testament, Galatians 5:19, 21 lists witchcraft among the acts of the flesh that can prevent one from inheriting the kingdom of God. However, the question might stem from how witchcraft is perceived today versus its interpretation in biblical times. In contemporary terms, witchcraft has been reclaimed by some as a form of spirituality or practice that involves a deep reverence for nature, the use of herbs for healing, and the belief in a person's power to cause change through rituals or spells. This modern interpretation is dramatically different from the malevolent connotations it held in biblical times. In the Bible, witchcraft is often lumped together with other forms of idolatry and practices seen as abominations because they derive power from sources other than God. These condemnations were also a reflection of the times when the biblical texts were written, aiming to solidify monotheism and discourage the worship of multiple gods, and the engagement with practices seen as heretical. So, while some may seek nuances in the text or argue for a metaphorical understanding, the straightforward answer regarding the biblical stance on witchcraft is that it does not support it. Instead, the Bible advocates for faith in God's power above all. Living in Portland, Oregon, I've seen a vast array of beliefs and spiritual practices coexist. This city is known for its open-mindedness and the acceptance of different paths, including those who identify with the modern interpretation of witchcraft as part of their spiritual journey. It's a reminder that interpretation and context matter greatly in understanding ancient texts and applying their lessons to our lives today. Navigating these discussions requires a careful balance between respecting the historical context of religious texts and acknowledging the diverse ways people seek connection and meaning in the present day.